So the same benefits, but at a deeper level.
Of breath factor also that tends to occur because of the kind of dehumidification of the space.
Air blowers that are blowing out very warm or hot air on the important tool for people who are really looking forward to recovery, rejuvenation, or even
their weight loss benefits. They're supercharging their energy gain benefits. Their mood is uplifted. They're getting increased energy levels, like a Delhi summer or a Mumbai summer.
Almost smells very different. However, with the infrared sauna.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the Wellness Blueprint. This is episode 2, and today we're going to be talking about far infrared sauna therapy and how it can help you in relaxation, detoxification, and improving cardiovascular health. Today I'm joined by Dr. Garima, our senior wellness expert, and Rohan, my co-founder. And over to you, Dr. Garima. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what far infrared sauna therapy is and how it can benefit someone in their daily life.
Thank you, Rishabh. Far infrared sauna is where we're using infrared light to produce heat, and that helps in multiple health benefits such as detoxification. It would help in building immunity, it would help in relaxing muscles, improve sleep, bring down cortisol levels, so on and so forth.
Awesome. So I think with what we've experienced with far infrared sauna therapy at our clinics and at the centers, and in my own personal experience as well, is the kind of deep relaxation benefits. So after a far infrared sauna therapy session, whether I have, let's say, been playing tennis or paddle for the last 2-3 hours and I come in for a therapy session, I've always felt this sense of calm and relaxation afterwards. Can you speak a little bit more about the physiological kind of reactions that go into that feeling?
Definitely. So far infrared waves actually penetrate up till 3 inches deep in your system, and they help in relaxing your vessels. So this means that now my vessel lumen, which is the opening of the vessel, is also larger. This would mean that the circulation becomes better, and all the benefits in terms of muscle relaxation or the soothing effects, or even the fact that now you're feeling very relaxed and calmed down, all of those actually come because of the improvement in your circulation.
So, Dr. Garima, if I'm not wrong, far infrared saunas is basically combining the FIR, basically far infrared waves, along with a traditional sauna.
Correct. So what we're trying to do is that far infrared in itself is a hot modality. It penetrates really well in your system, and this is something that comes with all the mitochondrial benefits or all the vasculature benefits, and we've already discussed those things when we work with red light or near infrared. So the same benefits, but at a deeper level. And of course then, because the entire cabin becomes warmer, it leads to an increase in the temperature. Any increase in the temperature in your surroundings would lead to better response from your body in terms of sweating. This will offload your liver and kidneys. It will help in improving the circulation. It will help in relaxing your muscles. It will help reduce stiffness in the body, and overall bring out a very rejuvenating and relaxing experience.
Right. And the sessions are 45 to 60 minutes long, right?
Usually sessions even as low as 30 minutes would do great.
Okay, great. Yeah, and I think one thing I find very appealing about the FIR sauna, especially at the Wellness Co, is the fact that the cabin that we're using here has a seating space for 2 people. Yes. So if you're there for an hour, obviously an hour can become quite taxing on the body if you're just alone. So you obviously would want to have someone to speak with. So it's always good to have 2 people in there, and I think just has a very nice vibe, very calming and relaxing, like Rishabh said earlier.
I think one further benefit that I've really experienced is, of course, the FIR sauna. The way it differs from a traditional sauna is a lot of people in traditional sauna feel that shortness of breath factor also that tends to occur because of the kind of dehumidification of the space. Correct. We are not seeing that in the FIR sauna. So it's actually very easy for you to feel that you're in a very meditative state, and you're in a calm kind of, sense. So you can easily fall asleep or take a nap inside, and that allows your body to really kind of relax and feel the full effects of what you're kind of undergoing as a kind of therapy treatment modality.
That's correct, because a lot of saunas actually just use air blowers that are blowing out very warm or hot air onto you, and that reduces the amount of humidity in the atmosphere. So as you rightly mentioned, people also find it very difficult to breathe, and the air almost smells very different. However, with the infrared saunas, none of those things are happening. You're just working with the far infrared light, and you're making sure that it's penetrating deeper into your system, and it brings out all those amazing benefits without having you to experience any kind of smell or any kind of breathlessness during the session.
And what's the max temperature that these cabins reach generally?
So we usually start from 35 degrees Celsius, and it can go up till 60 degrees Celsius.
Okay.
And I think for athletes and for people who are interested in working out and go to the gym regularly or lead a very active lifestyle, I think the pain management and the musculoskeletal benefits are very well known. Helps a lot with your kind of joint mobility, helps a lot with reducing the kind of stresses on your muscles and on your bones as well. So maybe you could speak a little bit about that as well.
Yes, definitely. So given that we've mentioned that, far infrared is something that helps relax your muscles, it reduces stiffness. So this is a great addition to athletes or sportsmen who are looking for a recovery session. But it's not just with people who are physically active who would need recovery. Recovery would come for all age groups and all kinds of populations that have been dealing with any kinds of aches, pains, stiffness, or any kind of joint or cartilage dysfunction. And because far infra is not just heat, it's technically light energy, it would come with those healing abilities also, wherein your joints or your muscles are responding better towards those things, and now they're producing their own collagen so that you can start functioning and working better.
Awesome. I think Rohan and I have both experienced this kind of on the daily basis using an FIR sauna treatment or a therapy. Is you are getting those kind of skin health benefits, you're getting those outward appearance benefits as well as along with the kind of deeper penetration which you are achieving. So of course, as someone, and from where our experience comes from, having used traditional saunas and steam rooms for a long time, this is something which comes as a next level advancement on that modality.
So I think there's been a lot of chatter more recently about contrast therapy, about how people are sort of incorporating hot and cold therapies generally in a series, right? So are we seeing that happen at the Wellness Co? Are we seeing people come in for FIR and then do cryo? Is that something that's happening?
So we've been working with contrast therapies as well, wherein we're starting with far infrared sauna for 20 minutes, then shifting it to whole body cryotherapy for 3 minutes, and then working in those cycles. And the main benefit that comes is that it really kickstarts and trains your body's metabolism. Your body not only learns how to produce more energy, but it also learns how to harness it and also to detoxify itself during the process. So it is in fact a very important tool for people who are really looking forward to recovery, rejuvenation, or even longevity for that matter.
I think contrast therapy has started to become a core part of our superhuman protocols as well. So that's something that we're really kind of, excited about seeing. When we look at the people who are coming in for cryo and for far infrared sauna therapy, we see that they're supercharging their, weight loss benefits. They're supercharging their energy gain benefits. Their mood is uplifted. They're getting increased energy levels as well. And they're seeing a kind of drastic improvement in their ability to kind of function on a day-to-day basis. And that in turn really improves their cognitive performance and physical performance. So these are both great kind of, benefits to be harnessed from this technology.
And I think throughout my travels, whenever I visit a Wellness Co center, whether it be Delhi, Gurgaon, Hyderabad, Bombay, Bangalore, whatever it might be, right? I see a varying sort of, there's a lot of representation in terms of gender and age when it comes to people coming in for FIR saunas. So would you say that this is something that, this is a therapy that is useful for pretty much everybody? It doesn't matter what age category they're in, or gender or anything like that?
Far infrared sauna is for everybody. Of course, there is going to be a thorough doctor's consult to understand your needs, your requirements, and any underlying comorbidities. But far infrared sauna is for the younger populations, the middle-aged, or the geriatric populations. It will work well for men and women, or for sedentary populations and sports athletes. So it is meant for literally all populations.
I think another thing that we've really seen people come in with this information already on hand because it's become so widely known is far infrared sauna therapy, and sauna therapy in general has seen a lot of research in decreasing the risk of cardiovascular disease in a big way. So when we look at, let's say, kind of Northern European countries, Scandinavian countries, etc., the people there, they have the lowest incidence of heart disease or kind of any kind of chronic heart disease or respiratory issues as well, because they're very frequent users of sauna therapy. And that is something which we are very kind of excited to promote the benefits of going forward as well.
Yes, definitely. So sauna is something that will actually help or start working on your cardiovascular system. One benefit, of course, is around the lines of improving the circulation. It helps in dumping nitric oxide, which is a natural vasodilator. It dilates your vessels. It improves the way the blood is flowing through your body. But the second thing that it does is it also activates and starts the production of heat shock proteins. And these are the proteins that are responsible for refolding or just removing or discarding all the damaged proteins of the body. And this enables the body to start healing better and sooner. And that's why all these benefits start showing up.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of research that's been done around saunas and FIR saunas as well specifically. And there's everything's obviously widely available on the internet, so you can find a lot of information around it and sort of how it affects the body and how you can sort of experience those benefits for yourself by doing FIR sauna therapy at the wellness school.
And one thing which I would like to point to is that a lot of people tend to think about sauna therapy as a very seasonal therapy or a very seasonal activity to be done, where it's during winter times when you're feeling colder outside, maybe the weather is turning a certain way, so you're like, okay, I'll go spend some time in a sauna. How would you kind of respond to that? Or would you say it's something that should be done no matter the season and no matter the time of year?
Well, FIR sauna is not season specific. It is meant for winters and summers and rainy seasons and springs. It does not matter what kind of weather you're in, because the benefits are actually very internal. Whenever we're working with sunlight or anything, it's not related to the way the FIR sauna is actually going to help your body. And therefore, I also get a lot of patients who feel that, far infrared sauna is not meant for them during summers because it's already hot outside. But the benefits of the heat are not because, you're in a hot chamber or something, but the benefits of heat in terms of far infrared sauna are because of its deep penetration. And also, of course, when you're exposed to heat in a far infrared sauna, that better equips your body and your immunity to respond to even hotter temperatures outside. So it becomes like a nice simulation for your body to learn and respond better to the environment or any change in the temperature or weather whatsoever.
I think that's a very important point, because when we talk about our kind of daily experience, when you undergo a therapy like even cryotherapy or FIR sauna therapy for that matter, the kind of drastic change in temperature actually helps you deal better with the weather condition outside. Because when you are very used to being in a very comfortable state all the time, let's say we're currently living in an environment where we have a lot of conveniences with ACs or AC cars, and we move from one AC environment to another one where the temperature is really cooled and conditioned to our maximum comfort. When we step outside, it makes it feel that much worse, because we're not used to being outside in those temperatures, and especially when we look at something like a Delhi summer or a Mumbai summer, right? So that's where I think I find it really useful as well. And a lot of people who I've spoken to say similar things, how we have kind of heard, is that these therapies help them deal better and actually perform better when the conditions are not super suitable.
Correct.
Perfect. I think as a few takeaways, I think we've learned a lot about FIR saunas here today and their benefits and use cases and whether it's good for summers, winters, rainy season. So thank you so much for that, Dr. Garima, and I feel that all this information will be very useful for our viewers. And we would urge you to come into the Wellness Co and try this for yourself.
Awesome. I think from my end, just a last kind of point would be more extreme temperatures that we kind of experienced here happening. I would also recommend a lot of people to try out contrast therapy. I think it could be a super awesome way for you to rejuvenate and feel better, and you'll have a really kind of transformative experience as well, because when you step out of that kind of environment and when you step out of that cryo chamber plus the sauna, you start to feel a lot better, and you're able to kind of take on all your responsibilities even with the kind of brutal conditions that we currently go through.